Good. Looking to play spoiler on what is game number one of a action-packed week of games here at CCBC Essex. Kicking it off here on Monday with the Dragons and the Knights. On Wednesday, it's women's basketball again. On Friday, we'll get the weekend started with women's basketball once again. And on Saturday, it is the beginning of the lacrosse season here at CCBC Essex. But hey, that's then. This is now the action on the court, just moments away as the Howard Community College Dragons taking on your CCBC Essex Knights. One of the matchups to really look for in this game between the Dragons, which, of course, every coaching staff always looking at that coming into every game, as a nice tip to Powell right off the opening. One tip, two tips, 2 points. The lid quickly. Defensive rebounding teams at this level. The Knights, one of the best defensive rebounding teams at this level. Something's got to give here today. Dragons' first possession trying to answer. Open three off the front of the iron. Middleton got the first touch, but black jersey came in and got the second. And Knights will look to make it a run to start things in the first quarter. Pacheco working for position down low. Didn't get it that time, but that's something to look out for moving forward. Middleton catch. One dribble. Pull up for two. And the Dragons know number 11's a shooter. They were quick on the closeout. Middleton quick on the decision making. Pow. Oh, nice. Veteran move from Dickey. Played for possession, found the shooter. Dragons looking to get their first basket. Good ball movement, and also movement away from the ball as they got that long three. That was a good, clean look right at the basket. Good offensive possession, just couldn't hit. Powell with a nice in and out. Maybe somebody got a hand on the dish. Slowed that possession down just for a moment. Knights looking to speed it back up. Into the painted area, lost it for a moment, kicked it out. And that is the first three of the game. Ashley Dickey inserted into the starting lineup earlier this season, after spending most of the season coming off the bench, and very successful in that role, but looking to be a spark plug in the starting five and a big veteran presence for this team, looking, of course, to go back-to-back. That's then. This is now. Nice take, and the zero continues to stay up there. Powell wants the three. It's a fight for it. Pacheco was the only one to get two hands on it. Oh my, little communication breakdown from the Dragons. Wasn't costly though. And our first substitution looking to check into the game in a moment for the Knights, as that was a communication breakdown defensively. The paint parted like the sea. 7-2. The run finally comes to an end. Dragons get their first basket. Can they get another stop here? Oh, nice hesitation move, but the bank's closed, and it's going the other way. Offensive foul. Pacheco once again got two hands on the offensive rebound, but that time aided by the push, says the referee. 7-2 is the score on the big board. Just over 3 minutes played in this first quarter. The Knights started on that 7-0 run. Dragons trying to go on a run of their own. They got the stop after the make. And they cannot get another make there as the press forces the Dragons into a bad pass. Middleton, the three, no good. Couple of quick passes on that possession for the Knights. Got the look they wanted. Could not hit. Dragons. Another chance here. Showing ball. Taking it away. Does not matter. Defense right there. And there it is, our first official invite to the block party. How about another one? And the defense a little bit too handsy that time, says the ref. 2, 3, 4 maybe ball fakes there. Defense did not budge, stayed with it, sent out the first block of the day. But the foul committed will send the Dragons to the line and a chance to go on a little run here, as that's now 3 straight points for the Dragons after forcing a few stops on the defensive side. And the Dragons abandoning the offensive rebound on this foul shot. All 4 other players back in defense, on defense, I should say, in position, trying to make it difficult for this Knights team in the half court. It's been a minute since they've had a basket. And it'll be a little longer after that one rolls around and out. 5 minutes into the quarter. Dragons scored 3 straight. Step back and a walk. Both teams struggling to score in the half court. Both teams still in a feeling out process. Powell felt the contact, put it up, thought there would be a whistle. There wasn't. Good take, though, from 25. Saw the space, tried to make the most of it. Dragons still hanging around. Kick out. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Good communication. Walker with the closeout defensively. The Dragons thought they had a nice open baseline jumper at the end of the shot clock. Instead, Walker closed out strong, made it difficult. And that was good communication defensively. Everyone knew where they were supposed to be. Communicated as the ball moved. Best defenses are loud defenses. Got to talk. The ball moves too quickly to just leave it to your eyes. 5 players out there. Let's talk. Let's have a good time. And the Knights should be having a real good time after that one. That is a sigh of relief. 3. Last 2 baskets for the Knights are from downtown. And that is another stop defensively for the Knights. This time, much earlier in the shot clock. just forced the Dragons into a tough spot. Double team was there, turnover, and the Knights looking to go on a run. Ashley Dickey lost it for a moment. Walker got it right back and almost a wedgie. Dragons looking to slow down. Call the play. 3 minutes to play in this quarter. Knights got a hand on it. How about another one? Maybe the third time will be the charm. Five seconds on the shot clock. Got to go. Pull up three is no good. Confusion all the way around. Good pass there from Dickey. And there's the whistle. And our first trip to the line on this side of the court. Dragons have done a very good job of playing defense without fouling. That's only their first foul committed. Eleven to 3 is the score after the first make at the line. And it's a 2-for-2 trip to the line. Coaching staff will love that. Knights in the press. Dragons do a good job of passing out of it. But here is the torture chamber once again. They've been struggling to create offense in the half court, and they got two shots off there, and neither one of them hit the rim. And Coach Thene urging his team to swing it. They finally do. They find Walker in the corner for three. That's 8 unanswered points. Sandwich. Dickey, spin move, waved it off the travel. That is a travesty. What could have been? Almost had one for the boys in Bristol. Oh, what a pass. Heads up move. Just a little bit too far out in front. There was space on the baseline. Heads up thinking. Doesn't work out though, and the run. Chance to continue it here for the Knights. 8 unanswered points for them, putting them in a commanding spot in the game. 15-3. Walker, another one. And that side is the bad luck side. A strong run for the Knights to close out the quarter. Can the Dragons answer with a run of their own in this final 60 seconds? Foul call on the Knights will put a little bit more time on the clock. That should be side out. So a fresh shot clock for the Dragons to work with. 63 seconds left in the quarter. And a quick offensive foul committed by the Dragons. Blink and you missed it. And that'll be a quick turnover. Knights with a chance to continue the run now. And it has been a strong 90 seconds here for the Knights. And there's a second walk First on the spin move from Dickey. That time Davis shuffled the feet. Dragons to the basket. Lost it for a moment and got it back. Earned a trip to the line. Chance to make it a 10-point game here if it could be a 2 for 2. What's the strategy here with the shot clock and game clock separated by about 8 seconds? Can usually bet on Coach Cini's squad looking to go fast, and that's exactly what they did there. Dragons will have a chance to hold for the final shot as Davis got the long three. 11 straight points for the Knights. Close out the first and it's 18-5 in the Knights' favor after the first quarter. What will be the score going into halftime? You're going to have to stick around with us and find out. The Dragons have a chance to talk strategy. Can they find the rhythm offensively? Teams taking the last few seconds in between quarters to talk strategy. The Knights looking to roll the end of the first quarter right into the second. It was a strong finish for them. Did a great job of putting some distance between themselves and the Dragons. Can they keep that distance? Maybe add to it? Or do the Dragons have a run in their back pocket to start off this quarter? Dragons certainly had multiple stretches in that first quarter where they looked strong defensively. Forced the Knights into a couple tough possessions in the half court. Just never found the rhythm offensively. And that 5 points tells the whole story of the quarter for them. Though the defense strong on that possession. Good start on one end. Knights defense just waiting like the dog at the gate, waiting at the half court for the Dragons to get into their offensive zone. Smothering defense. Baseline drive. Tried to split the defense. Here comes a transition, and that is just what the doctor ordered for the Dragons. Got the stop on defense, but then got a chance to move in the half court quickly. Knights looking to answer back. They're always moving quickly. Three, no good. And the Dragons with the rebound. And they go on the first run of the quarter. And that three was long. Powell playing heads up. Takes it, floater, offensive foul. And our first charge of the day is picked up by the Dragons, scoring leaders after the first quarter. Ashley Dickey and Kiki Walker, both with 5 players matching total points for the Dragons in the quarter, as it is another smothering defensive effort by the Knights. 10 seconds on the shot clock, tip drill, and the whistle will bring an end to that possession for a moment, but it should put some more time on the clock for the Dragons, as that looks like it was going against the Knights. So it'll be a fresh shot clock to work with. 18-7 is our score on the big board. Just over 2 minutes played in the quarter, and the foul again. And these are quick whistles in the quarter for the Knights. 3 fouls already committed. It's another fresh shot clock, another opportunity, another bite at the apple, and another inch closer to the bonus, which really could help the Dragons in their comeback effort here. Long three. Knights want a three of their own, and we are running up and down. And it is a 4th foul in the quarter for the Knights. This one in the act of shooting. Dragons are hanging around here. In this quarter, it's certainly not pretty on either side, but this game is really starting to get interesting. That strong run for the Knights to close out the first quarter. It's come to a halt here for a moment, but the way this team shoots the ball, the way this team gets running up and down the court, blink and you missed it. You get some popcorn, and you'll miss a nice little run for Coach Sini's squad. It's not a matter of do they have the run in their back pocket, it's when are they going to find it. Is it right now? The score, the closest it's been in a while, 18-9. Scott for three, and there is what the Knights needed. The long ball. Putting a stop to the run for the Dragons. 21-9 now. Inching closer and closer to the halfway point of this quarter. And a travel call as 2 Knights jerseys closing off the airspace for the Dragons, making it difficult. Both teams continue to struggle in the half court. Defensive matchup in this first half. Will that be the song and dance in the second half, as Scott with the nice pump fake and hanging up there amongst the trees, finishing for 2, and it'll be a timeout, full timeout, so we'll take one with the 2 teams. 5 straight points for the Knights. At least for now, putting that struggling start to the quarter in the rear view mirror. The Dragons looking to find the rhythm again. three ball, always a weapon for Coach Cini's squad, and it has been a very valuable weapon for the squad here today. A nice success from downtown, really the difference maker here in this one so far. Spotlight on number 25 coming into this game. Very bright though, Alana Powell, I should say, excuse me. 6.8 assists per game coming into this one, leading the way. Most assists per game at this level. Powell been dropping dimes all over the court all season long. Looking to drop a few dimes here. Put some more distance between the Knights and the Dragons as the Knights get those 3 points right back. Heather Middleton for 3. And the assist by who else? Powell. And that will be a travel. The hands all over the rock, smothering defense once again. The Dragons got into the half court, and then the white jerseys went into attack mode quickly. 26-12, as we are 20 seconds away from the halfway marker of this quarter. And it has been a struggle offensively for these two teams, but the song and dance remains the same. The Knights in a commanding lead. Powell for 3. Bounced around, and boys and girls at home, that's why you put that extra spin on the ball. Get the friendly roll off the iron. And the Knights looking to go on a run. Oh, what a move! Heads up offense for the 3 in the corner. And we will forget all about the result, though. Good heads-up offense on display from Coach Cini's squad. 2 really good moves. Oh, nice steal. What's the move this time? Oh, no. Shacked in a full moments, starting to build. Dragons looking to slow down. Knights, they were rolling. And one opportunity as the banks open late for 2. But how about one more at the line? 29-14 with 3 minutes and 48 seconds left in this second quarter. Coach Cini making a substitution change, and once again the Dragons sending 4 players back into their defensive zone. Trying to set up and make sure they don't get caught napping. So it is a 3-point play for the Dragons, and it is now 29-15. Davis for 3. And it is a 3-point party here on Monday night. What a way to start off an action-packed week. Dragons, foul line jumper, no good. What a box out by Powell. That won't show up in the stat sheet, but it will show up in the coach's block. Two looks at the basket, no points that time for the Knights. And another turnover. Knights looking to run in transition. Spin move. Powell makes it a little easier. Back-to-back trips into the offensive zone for the Knights where they picked up offensive rebounds. We knew the rebounding game was going to be a huge factor in this one. Knights, one of the strongest rebounding teams at this level. There's a big reason. Oh, Heather Middleton with the flex. And everyone a little silent there as that was a nasty collision. But it is another charge picked up. Excuse me, no, that is defensive foul. And a trip to the line for Davis. Heather Middleton creating that offensive chance in that transition opportunity. Strong stand on the block. Maybe sent out an invite to the block party. Not sure if she got a piece of it or not. We'll have to check the scorecard at halftime. Regardless, strong stand for the sophomore. Defense to offense with some urgency. And the Knights continue this strong run. And it is looking like some deja vu here in the second quarter. Potentially another strong run to close out the quarter, just like the Knights had in the first. Only this time they're creating much more distance between themselves and the Dragons. 2 minutes. 2-minute warning. What does this final 2 minutes of the first half have in store for these two teams? 10 seconds on the shot clock. Knights got to go quickly. Davis wants another three. "90 seconds left in the quarter. Dragons trying to answer with a run of their own. Remember, they started the second half, or the second quarter, I should say, with a strong run. As we see a nice move on the block down low. Showing the ball, taking it away. Getting the 2 points, 36-19. Davis. And that's a walk. An awkward first dribble led to that turnover. Good heads-up find for Davis, though. One dribble, found the shooter in the corner. Not your fault if they don't shoot it. Got to have the quick trigger. And that is really strong defense. Ball denial. Spectacular there. Forcing the Dragons into the turnover. This turnover is continuing to pile up. And that is no surprise. Another travel, back-to-back possessions. Ending with the Knights shooting a toe off. (36-19). The score remains a little bit longer. The Knights in the full court press, though, looking to force another turnover, and they do just that. This time they got to save the coach in the process. Nice move, take, find. How about a couple more passes? Davis, the three in the corner, off the front of the iron. Shot clock and game clock separated by 3 seconds. And now the Dragons can hold for the final shot. Walker went for the quick trigger there. Double dribble. Now the Knights can hold for the final shot. Will we see a buzzer beater? I don't think we've seen a buzzer beater yet this season. What a better time than now, though. Fans here packed the castle on this Monday night, and they are ready to come up out of their seats. Powell puts on the brakes. Dribble handoff. Walker, the floater, off the front of the iron. Real good setup there. Got the look they wanted. Did not get the execution they needed, though. 36-19. That big emphasis on right there when we're talking about execution for the Knights, because everywhere else it has been spectacular. They got a commanding lead in this one headed into halftime. 36-19 the score on the big board. What will be the score when the clock hits triple zeros? And have to stick around with us and find out. 36-19 is the score as we are just moments away from starting things in the second half. Leading scorer for the Knights, number 40, Vayona Davis, off the bench, 8 points. Number 25, the point guard, Alana Powell, right behind her, though, with 7. And there is our first turnover of the second half. An interception finds the shooter on the trail. And Heather Middleton, I'm sure, politely will ask us all to forget about that one. The take. The baseline was open, got the shot off. Just couldn't hit the rim. Dickey hanging up amongst the trees. Maybe the Dragons got a piece of it, what we know for sure, as it is going to stay right here. Possession stays with the Knights, and both teams looking for their first basket of the second half. 36-19, the score remains a little bit longer. How much longer? And there is our confusion. The shot clock, always that pesky shot clock. Set it back to 20 seconds. And the Knights will quickly move the ball around. Ashley Dickey with the travel, and that is another travel call. Man, oh man, if these coaching staffs had a quarter for every one we've seen here today, it'd be free gumballs for everybody in attendance. These two teams continue to shoot toes off of each other, as now it's a travel on the other end. I mean, we're going to have players walking with a limp after this one. Ashley Dickey steps back for 3 after coming around the screen. Good, solid offense. Sigh of relief as things finally get started in this second half. Defense strong. And Pacheco, you saw, closing out on the side, trying to avoid picking up another foul. Good closeout. Better shot, though, on the offense, as Middleton drives around the defense. And the Knights stay with it. If at first you do not succeed, try again, little closer. Up and down. Oh my, strong defense. You saw the idea there. Wanted to find the teammate that was cutting towards the basket, but the white jerseys cut off the airspace and said nay-nay. 41-22, the Knights. And things getting chippy here. Foul away from the ball, and cooler heads will look to prevail in this one. Coachable moment on the court. Life's full of them. I want to thank all of you at home for joining us on this Monday evening. Hope you can join us all week. What an exciting week of sports it's going to be at CCBC Essex. Be able to catch the Knights in action again on Wednesday, live here from the Castle. 6 o'clock tip-off for that one. Knights got to go. Powell lost it, and that's a shot clock violation. Dragons got to stop defensively. Can they roll that in onto the other side of the court and get the offense rolling? Couple times here in the game. The Knights have gotten the lead to 20 or more. Dragons trying to slowly chip away at that. Drive into the painted area with the floater for 2. Now the Dragons looking to stack stops. Knights looking to get the offense rolling. And that'll certainly help as number 11, the 3 for hire. Middleton watches it go in, and the coaching staff for the Dragons has seen enough. They'll take a timeout as that lead for the Knights is back to 20 once again, 44-24, as we have played just over 3 minutes in the third quarter. And it is back to a little bit of a feeling out process. These two teams once again struggling to create offense with any kind of consistency in the half court. And then again, that may sound like a little bit of a silly statement with the Knights up by 20. You know, Coach Sini and the rest of the squad has at least 2-3 things they could point to in this one that they could say, if we could tighten it up right here, this game will be a much different game. What are those 2-3 things? And will we see the squad tighten those things up as the action coming back out onto the court here in just a moment? The timeout came after the 3 from Middleton, so the Dragons with possession here. Couple of passes in there through the press and into the half court, which has been the torture chamber. This defense has been smothering. And the work on the glass so strong here, really limiting this Dragons team that looks to create extra opportunities on the offensive glass. One of the strongest offensive rebounding teams at this level, and that has just been non-existent for them here so far this evening. Both teams trading misses there. Dragons finding the 3 in the corner. Nothing but net, but didn't get it through the circle part first. Got to get it up and over the rim. Powell hit the rim, but couldn't get it to touch the bottom. These two teams once again trading misses. Coach Sini seen enough. He will look to go to the bench here as we are 20 seconds away from the, oh, what a catch. At least the makings of the catch. Couldn't come down with it. Knights working it around. Middleton, another one. 6 in a row for Heather Middleton. Powell got a hand on it. Middleton and Dickey forcing the bad pass on the double team in the corner. But the bank open for 2 on the quick drive through. 47-26. Under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Powell with the dime. And setting the big up for the trip to the line. Nice entry pass from number 25. Big group substitution checking in here for the Knights. Everyone coming out except for Powell. Starting point guard for Coach Saney will get a chance to run with some of the players in the second unit. Last player to check in, Davis, Viona Davis, leading scorer for the two teams, and that is a whistle that's going to draw the attention of the coaching staff for the Knights. They thought they had a nice steal at the half court and a move in transition. Referee said nay, nay. Knights, though, here in the second quarter, done a much better job of playing defense without fouling, as the Dragons were flirting with the bonus very early into that second quarter. Didn't come back to really haunt the Knights, but I'm sure that was a point of interest for the coaching staff that is really looking to tighten things up as the dog days of February are here. March is right around the corner, and the Knights are looking to put themselves in a position where they can go dancing. Offensive foul, Davis. This time sticking the nose right there in the middle of the action on the defensive side. Be interesting to see what Davis does, what kind of decision she makes, as she has been a really solid spark plug type player for Coach Saney's squad off the bench. Does she decide to take her talent somewhere else at the end of this year, or does she come back for another year where maybe she could be one of the veterans on Coach Saney's squad next year? The nature of playing at this level and coaching at this level is there's a lot of turnover. 2 years, 3 if you're lucky if you get a redshirt year. And then they're out the door and a new crop of guys, a new crop of girls are coming in. What a rebound. What a fight for that rebound as Davis got tied up in it. And my goodness, a possession created. Effort will get you mighty far in life. And number 40 is proving that here today. Another spark plug type play off the bench for Davis as the whistles continue in the late stages of this quarter. What's the strategy here after the inbound? And a travel. It's been a while since we've seen one of those. Two teams done a good job of limiting those turnovers down the stretch of this quarter. At least those types of turnovers. Good passing display, working through the press and getting into the painted area. And the lead back to 20. Put it on the floor and paid for it. Dragons going the other way. Davis jumping the route. Knights in transition. What a rebound. Around 2 black jerseys. And the flex afterwards. What a pass. Oh, what a block. How about another one? Oh, my. The effort on display here on both sides for the Knights. Usually the defense leads to offense. This time the offense leading to defense. The Knights really rolling here in quarter number 3. 3 in the corner for the Dragons, and that will bring a sigh of relief. And a timeout from the Knights. They want to talk about what happened on that last defensive possession as the closeout very late on that 3 in the corner, and it is a 19-point game now. 50-31, the score on the big board. The Dragons trying to scratch and claw their way back into this one, finding a difficult time doing that as the Knights just continue to hang around and answer the Dragons' defensive stands with little offensive runs. The Knights really haven't been able to blow this one out and go on the 10 to 12 point runs that we're accustomed to seeing from them in situations like this. Instead, it's been a more death by paper cuts route. Little 5-6 point runs here and there. But hey, stack them up, knock them down. Combine that with the defensive effort. The Knights loving where they're sitting right now. Still driving, still looking, still trying to get in the fast lane. And there is a whistle. Couple of white jerseys surrounding the biscuit there. So maybe a bailout foul. You saw the look of frustration on the defense's face afterwards. Certainly not what they wanted, and that will draw a substitution. It's a good run for that bench unit. Strong stands defensively. Not allowing the Dragons to make up much of this distance. And it is another steal. That was another defensive stand for the Knights, where their ball denial was just excellent. Nothing is coming easy for the Dragons. And the foul committed by the Dragons will send Heather Middleton to the line, and it will also put the Knights in the bonus. It's foul shots from here on out in the quarter for them. Remember, it was a slow, sludgy start to this quarter. Heather Middleton then hit a couple of threes, and blink and you missed it. The Knights found that rhythm once again and created some distance, some more distance, I should say, between them and the Dragons. 21-point game right now, 52-31. Dragons driving and not finding the results they were looking for. Shot clock and game clock separated by 10. And Scott wanted to go up, but good closeout. They read the scouting report. This Knights team loves to find the big on trailing three-point attempts. The Dragons said nay, nay. Not that time. Shot clock and game clock now separated by just over a second. And Scott made it difficult, but the Dragons made it look easy. Knights will look for another buzzer beater. Middleton for three. How about the Dragons? And they'll hold. Clock hits triple zeros. And we have got just 10 minutes left to play in this one. What will that final 10 minutes have in store for these two teams? Only one way to find out. You're going to have to stick around with us and watch it live on YouTube. A home for all of your CCBC Essex Knights home games. Two teams are back out onto the court, and the action will resume here. Clock ticking in this fourth quarter now, officially underway. Comeback hopes. They're not completely dead, but they're certainly on life support. The Dragons need to be perfect from here on out pretty much. And that certainly will not help their chances, as Ashley Dickey with a nice veteran move there drives baseline and finds the open teammate for 2 points. And the two teams trade baskets to start quarter number 4. Heather Middleton now leading the way with the scoring for the Knights with 13 points. Middleton is 3 for 9 from downtown. She is top 40 in three-point percentage, and a big step forward in her game this year has been her work on the boards. She created that extra opportunity for the team right there. And she and everyone else on Coach Cini's squad doing their part on the boards. One of the more dominating statistics for this team. They really limit the second chance opportunities for other teams. And then they really do an excellent job of creating extra second chance opportunities for themselves. And that is a big reason why I think they are going to be a tough team to play when we head in towards the big tournament. Ashley Dickey right there showing another reason why they are going to be a tough team to play in the big tournament. Hand on the cookie jar, steal. A one-man show defensively from the sophomore. Ashley Dickey showing why Coach Cini made the decision to insert her back into the starting lineup. Talk about that big tournament. If the Knights are going to want to get the best seeding they can possibly get going into that big tournament, and if they want the results they want in the big tournament, they are going to need their sophomores to step up in a big way. They're going to need their veterans to play like veterans in this closing stage of the season. What a better time than right now for Coach Cini's squad to establish what the rhythm looks like for them. Really, no point this season has this team really found their stride. Now, they've had a couple of nice winning streaks, but then they followed those winning streaks up with tough losses as Middleton hits her 4th three of the day. What a better time than now. No better time than now for Coach Cini's squad to find their rhythm and establish themselves as the team to beat. Figure out what it looks like and feels like to play their best brand of basketball. Maybe seeing that right now, as their best basketball probably looks something similar to what we've seen here today. Strong stops defensively, creating the turnovers, controlling the glass, and firing that 3 ball when you get it. The Knights have not been afraid to shoot the long ball today, even though they haven't gone in at the same rate they have at certain points this year. You can't be afraid to shoot it when you're open. And you know the coaching staff is always preaching that. Green light once again from downtown for Middleton. Oh, that one. No good. Dragons good on the 2 points on the other side, though. A tough take and make. Scott sets the pick for the point guard. It's a double pick. Middleton runs around the screen for the open 3, and man, that's a tough miss. That was a strong play set up for the Knights. Pump fake, creating the driving lane. Cannot hit on the baseline floater, though. And every miss lets out a little bit more air in the Dragons' balloon. Makes on the other side, let out even more. What a take and make. Showed the ball and took it right away. Powell gets it back to 20. Powell usually dropping dimes. Buckets here today for number 25. Fouls, though, right there on that defensive possession. And once again, these two teams doing a good job of playing defense without fouling. As we will see a substitution package check into the game for Coach Cini. 20 seconds will be put on that shot clock. The comeback hopes still alive here for the Dragons, though just barely clinging to life. Tried for the scoop. Missed everything. Knights looking to run. Look away pass. Dickey gets it right back. And that is strong defense in the half court and in transition for the Dragons. Though Dickey found the opening and made the most of it. 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here. And man, what started as a strong defensive possession for the Dragons ends up being a who had that one? Ashley Dickey blows by the defense for 2 points, 63-41. The Knights trying to find the rhythm once again and close out this fourth quarter on a strong run and start this action-packed week off on the right foot. You'll be able to catch this Knights team in action once again this Wednesday, live here from the Castle. Would really encourage you guys at home to come check out the girls live in action on the hardwood. And if the action on the court isn't good enough, chicken sandwiches in the stands provided by our good friends at Chick-fil-A Nottingham Square. Exciting action on the hardwood, chicken sandwiches in the stands for all the hungry fans. You gotta come check out a game here at CCBC Essex. 3 more chances this week, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, all games here at the Castle. Check out the CCBC Essex website for the schedule, not only for Coach Sini's basketball team, but also baseball and lacrosse right around the corner here at the Castle. The action never stops. The action never stopping here in this one as the ball went up and then went right back up. Somewhere out there, Rasheed Wallace is screaming, ball don't line. Missed the first. What do they have on the second here? As the clock is inching closer and closer to triple zeros. The comeback hopes really starting to die in front of us for the Dragons as Ashley Dickey with a tightrope walk. .15 on the shot clock. What do the Knights do here in the half court? Davis wants the one-on-one. Middleton, the open 3. It's good! Number 5 for number 11. Heather Middleton, another 3-point party. And how about a steal? Quick move in transition. Knights have numbers, and they came in handy. And there'll be some extra layups in practice this week, I'm sure. Knights looking to run once again. Davis this time, the 3 right in front of the bench. And everyone ready to erupt here at the Castle. As the singing and dancing just minutes away. The commanding lead has got even bigger for the Knights. 68-42 with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And another charge picked up for Davis. Number 40 been right there in the middle of the action, offensively and defensively. Through most of this game, she was leading the way scoring-wise. Heather Middleton caught fire from downtown. That's no longer the case, but Davis driving the effort train here today. Once again, a big-time spark plug for Coach Sini's squad off the bench. Those types of players always play huge factors in the game, and they usually play huge factors for Coach Sini's squad. Think back over the years that Coach Sini's been here and the types of players that he's had, just like that, I think of just last year's squad and the role that Ashley Dickey played on last year's national championship team, being that spark plug off the bench. Never knew if it was going to be defense or offense. But you knew it was her fingerprints that were going to be on the game, making an impact in wins and losses. And Davis looking like she may be that player for this Knights team headed into the big tournament. Though the luxury for Coach Sini and the rest of the coaching staff is they have a few players who could be that player on any given night. Davis has been that player here on Monday, but it could be Bryant on Wednesday. Who's going to be the one to step up and make the plays? So many players. So much talent. They are going to be a tough team to deal with when the team gets into the late stages of March. When it's winner, go home. When it's winner, take all. This team has players who have been there and done that, and then they've got players who came here to do that. Think about the transfers and sophomores on this team that are sophomores from other schools. They transferred from 4-year programs to come here to play for Coach Sini and have a chance to win a national championship. Dragons with the 3, making it 70-45. Good catch. What a fight down low. And the 2 points made to look easy for Bryant, who climbed the ladder on the catch and then fought through 2 black jerseys to lay it in for 2 points. A chance for one more at the line. Starting to see this team show its colors a little bit, show its stripes, show its emotion. And that could be a real sign of things to come for this team moving forward. You ever listen to former NBA players talk about the best teams that they play on? And they always talk about those teams usually are the closest teams. The best teams want to play for one another. They talk about family, and if this team can come together as a family, as a unit, watch out. I told Coach Sini the motto for this year when the season started should be the Jay-Z quote. They didn't really respect it until the second one came out. And here in this second run, this effort to run it back, so to speak, there has been many, many hills that they have fallen down on. Just look at the loss record for Coach Sini's squad. They speak for themselves, those losses in that tough run when they had a couple of games in a row against Division I opponents. And then, of course, he who should not be named, the Achilles heel for the Knights this year, the Harcum Bears, the battles they've had with them. They've fallen on the sword a few times, but every time they've gotten back up and punched harder on their way up. Can they continue to climb up the ladder? They got to number 4. Ooh, nice tightrope walk. What a pass. Oh, my. Put that one on the highlight reel. Around the defense. 76-46. Knights continuing to push the pressure, push the pace. Bryant continuing to fight hard on the boards. Shot clock and game clock separated by just over a second. And a nice drive baseline. The other Davis, Anila Davis, with the catch on the corner. Baseline's open. Take it. That's prime real estate. The best they can hope for is now 1 for 2, and that's exactly what they'll get. And a tough day at the office for this Dragons team. At certain points in this game, it looked like they had a chance, like they were hanging around. But the scoreboard says it all, and oh my. What we do in life echoes in eternity, and Bryant stands on business here, today, tomorrow, every day. Not to be intimidated. Coachable moment on both sides. Life's full of them. We'll move on. Nine seconds separating these two teams from the final whistle, and this may be the last look at offense that we have for these two teams. As the Knights can hold onto the rock and watch the W get added to the list. Another one on the board. And a huge step in the right direction for Coach Sini's squad as they look to finish this regular season off in a big way. And they took a big step in doing that here today. They will look to take another big step on Wednesday in game number 2 this week. Hope you can join us live here at the Castle. Tip-off for that one at 6 o'clock. If you can't join us live here at CCBC Essex, well, join us on YouTube on Wednesday and for the rest of the season. Aaron Thomas saying good night, let me try that one more time. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night on this Monday night.